Very well. Section of MGT material. So, one of the things I like to do if you were in line was to basically describe the course by analyzing the components, the type. And in this case, we have two words, right? The first word being strategy, and then the second word being management. So my question to you now is let's analyze it by dividing it into two words. When you see the word strategy, sorry. Okay. Anything else? Yes.
Plan of action.
Plan of action. How many of you play games? What's a strat? You play games, right? What's a strat? In terms of gaming. Yeah, strat.
Basically, you just it's synonymous with plan, basically.
Okay, what's your plan? How much of plan of action? Right? So yes, you are correct that strategy and plan is very closely related, except that there's a purpose, right? So the purpose of your plan is in order to achieve a major or overall gain. However, you can note from the second and the third definition, perhaps since you have to look at the maybe you would relocate semicircle instead of a full circle. Because it's very hard for you to look at. Yeah, I think that's a bit better here, I think. So, there's really military influence here. And that's because the word strategy itself came from a Greek word called strategia, which means that it's a military position. So a lot of things in business comes from war. Right? And then you are 4 years. What is management?
Planning, leading, organizing, control.
Yes, those four, right? You have memorized them. It's basically the process of planning, leading, organizing, and control. Now, there's a word that is in common for both of these. It's the word plan. So, if you put that together, essentially you would say that strategic management is creating a plan of action to achieve a goal that is related to managing a company. So, we define it as such. Strategic management is the process of setting goals, procedures, and objectives and effectively deploying staff and resources in order to make a company or organization more competitive. The strategic management process consists of 4 phases. The first, you develop your mission, and your values, and then based on those mission, and values, you set your specific objectives. Then, any strategy that you formulate must meet these objectives and move the company along the intended path in order to achieve your vision. Once the strategy is chosen, you should implement and execute it correctly, and you also need to monitor developments, evaluate performance, and initiate corrective adjustments as needed. But you must also take note that strategy is not static, it changes all the time. Muhammad Ali once said, every man has, I'm not sure if it's Muhammad Ali, but boxer once said, everyone has a plan, right? Until you get punched in the face. Right? Or put in another way, another strategist in the military said, no plan survives contact with the enemy. So you can have all the plans you do, but once you get those reality, you cannot just stick to your plan. You must change and you must adapt. So, strategic management, or what we might call strama, is an integrative approach, which means that it integrates everything that you have learned over the past 4 years. You did learn, right? It didn't just go in here, go out there to the final cut, hopefully. So the focus is on the strategic management process and the application of strategic theory and principles. Take note, we cannot implement strategy. We cannot teach that. Why? How? Right? How can we teach implementation of strategy in the four walls? It's not possible. So unfortunately, this is essentially a theory analysis. There's no actual strategizing here. Now, strategic management is the job of a chief executive officer, which you guys are being trained to do, right? You're not training to become a middle manager. You're being trained to become CEOs in the future. So you should think and act like CEOs. Now, how do you do that? Do not say, today our group is reporting on the case concerning of the X, and we present our recommendation. That is what the would say. Now, how would a CEO say it? He would say, after a detailed examination of the issues surrounding a company X, we have the following information. Right? That's what you say. Probably not with a British accent. Now, you should use as many tools as possible, not just the ones featured here, to analyze the companies that you will be studying in the course. Now, accounting is the language of business. So, you are expected to be able to read and analyze financial statements, especially since you guys major in finance, right? Now, that said, it's not the end of the all. That's just step one. What's more important is, all right, I have all these calculations, which I'm sure is correct. What do I do about it? How do I interpret it, right? How do I use it? That's more important. This being an integrative course, I have created a upload of course objectives. Just read that. Spare time, I can read it here. Syllabus. So the prescribed textbook is, well, strictly speaking, it is my intention that if you watch my videos and then look at the handouts, let me know. That's my intention. But if you really want the textbook, then this is the one that I stole 90% of my material. Crafting and executing strategy that rests for competitive advantage by Thomas. So, even though I did say that is my main reference, if you look at all of the Scama textbooks, they're really all the same. So, if you want to read other authors, don't believe me for this. Okay? It's going to be the same. They're going to say, textbook analysis, forces, SWOT analysis, things like that. That's not going to change. Now, here are the 18 topics that we will be covering during this. Well, it's not 18 topics, but 18 total videos. They correspond to a chapter as well as a reading that I'm going to provide in the form of the Harvard Business Review. It will be made available. And then I have 3 cases that will be covered during this. Case 1, case 2, and case 3. Again, this will be the week. This is our course schedule. I have already subtracted 2 meetings for intramural. So currently, intramural is tentatively scheduled on the third week of March. So you can see that there's a very big gap between session 14 and session 15. If the intramural is full, then we'll inform you, and then we will have to move things around. Okay. So if the intramural is full, then probably you should expect the interim to be a bit different. Okay. Now, the blue sign means that you will meet here in your classroom. It's a googly eye, that means team. Okay? If there's no googly eye, this means that we will not see you. Meaning you are free to, do your own thing, watch the video, do your assignment, whatever. Okay? Do you have an issue with that? Okay, so I'm going to set in stone right now. So we are meeting when you see those things. The red is the midterm exam. Midterm exam is going to be open notes, open books. And since I don't like to read handwriting, for laptop, you have access to laptop and you get access. So please be ready. Now, I did say open books, open notes, but you might not have books and notes. So yeah, the midterm exam is also going to be case-based. What does that mean? It means that 1 week before, I will give you the case. And then you can do whatever you want with the case. You will see the actual questions the day of the exam. Understood? Okay? Now, the green represents the case discussion. This means that you are committed to the case. So, we're going to discuss the case here this time. Basically. In connection with this, you will have assignments, which is essentially my way to make sure that you really rest. So there are assignments that you must pass the day before the case discussion is going to be performed. This will be passed on to them. And then finally, the orange color means that you will be doing presentation/email. Now, what do you notice about the placement of the green and the orange? The green is before midterm, to prepare you for the midterm. And then the orange is after the midterm. So which means that essentially, we have two main techniques in Strava. The first half, you will be doing cases. And then the second half, you will be doing your own research and presentation. Although please note that you should start your research ASAP. You have, 1.199. You know how long it takes, right, to gather data. So, do you have any questions regarding this step? Yes.
What does one
I'll leave it to your imagination. No, there's no final. The reason is because I'm lazy and I don't. So, my expectation for students taking this course is for 3 hours class. You should have 2 to 3 hours spent reading, studying, and working class. So this is a 3-unit course, which means that they're expected for every week to spend between 6 to 9 hours of work on them. Academic honesty is a must. No plagiarism allowed, but have you taken a research course, you know that if you plagiarize, it's going to not plagiarism. So research, right? Multiple citations. But please note that even citations are not allowed here to not cite anyone, because that should be your Stroma is a capstone course, which means that everything is fair game: accounting, finance, marketing, operations, info systems, HR, game analytics, human research also is going to be used here, which means that all of your previous course notes will apply. And if there is something that you don't understand, is gap in your knowledge, please speak up. Hey, because I would be very naive if I were to believe that you don't know what ChatGPT is. I'm sure everyone here has used them and probably used them for experience. Yes?
Yes.
Because I have done the same. So I have used them to make, syllabus. So I have no problem to use ChatGPT as long as you understand the limitations. So, why am I allowing them? Because I believe that you will be using them once you start. Then trust me, you will be using them. And I believe that education should prepare you for work. So you should be familiar with, how to talk to them, because you will be talking. Granted that you should be aware of the limitations. Do you know what the GPT means? The word GPT. Okay, please tell me what G means. Generate. Right? Here's something for you. So, what is that? It's what I call the UP box. What are UP box? It's essentially portable class participation points that you can use to raise your grade. It's also fungible. If you took economics, you know what fungible means. It means that I don't know who to do. I only care to use it. It's like money, you can transfer it, right? So, GPT means generative, meaning it generates. Pre-trained, meaning you have to give it training data. Transform, meaning it changes something. What does it actually mean? Because you're not constant, right? You are DSP. It means that we give ChatGPT, we give Gemini, we give Claude, we give it a lot of training data. Where do you get this training data? If you were OpenAI, where would we get training data on how humans write? What's your number one source? Oh, Google is not a source. Google is just a search engine. Yes, where will you find it? No. Your number one source is probably Wikipedia. Right? Right? And then probably your other sources might include says encyclopedias and yes, Google research papers. Where else could I get a high volume of humans writing about things? Forums, like Reddit, like Facebook, like YouTube comments. So essentially, the companies feed all of this to the AI, and then the AI analyzes it and tries to say, oh, you know, this word comes after that, this word comes after that. So if I were to tell you, Jack, what comes after that word? And Jill. Any others? In the box, right? So you're essentially doing what ChatGPT does. I say Jack, and then you finish it, you complete it. You can try. You tell ChatGPT, complete this phrase, Jack. You see what it does. So ChatGPT is very good. Anything that you ask is within training data. Okay? Which means if you ask it basic questions about the Strama, basic accounting question, no problem. But if you ask it something that is outside the training data, what does it do? It answers you. And it does what we call hallucination, meaning it invents things. It's very good at inventing things because ChatGPT is designed to put words after the other. So it's very good at putting words after other words. So anything that you see is very, very convincing. So as long as you're aware of what you can and cannot do, I have no issue with you using it. So right now, the GPTs cannot think. They can only repeat. You can think of them as highly advanced autocomplete. Okay, they can repeat. So OpenAI is hard work doing what we call AGFT, artificial general intelligence, which means that now the AI will know what it's talking. But back to Strama, it's really up to you to demonstrate what is your value added as a human being, because I can ask ChatGPT to make marketing logos, I can logos, jingles. I can ask it to write a poem. Have you tried it? You can. So you have to show what is your value, as a human, especially you are now working in an environment, you're not going to work in an environment where there's going to be a lot of AI. However, please note that UP academic policies still apply. If you use AI as a source, cite that you use. If you use AI to paraphrase someone, I'll make sure that you cite who you paraphrase. Just give attribution. That's the Now, about me, I graduated in 2000, so you can say that one of the oldest millennials, and why you guys are the next generation, Gen Zs, on the younger generation. Because the kids not about to enter high school are what we call Gen Alpha. In fact, Gen Alpha has already ended. Right? People born this year is going to be called Gen Beta. You're ready. That's a bit you're ready. During the 2002 from USC, accountancy, I passed the 2002 board examination, and I graduated in 2007, Master of Business Administration from Singapore. Our experience, I spent 3 years in Columbia. That's not often firm. Do not recommend. You know why? Because we don't have a Christmas. We don't have a Christmas because that's when you do the decoration. And then you don't have a New Year. You know why? Because that's when you do the high. So I'm not opposed to counting cash, but I'm opposed to counting cash as mine. I'd rather count my cash. I don't want to count other people's cash. So, not pleasant. We don't have a life till April. That's when income tax must be filed. That's the busy season, right? And then 3 years as a research fellow in Asia Competitiveness Institute in Singapore, 3 years business, and I handled graduate courses in UP and MGT, taught universities since many years. And I have also taught undergraduate courses. Specifically, I have once taught a bunch for living, and then last sem was my first time with 199. But I taught 190. So I am here not because I am better, okay? Not because I have no experience. I am here because I was first. In many years from now, when we all retire, you can come here, sit in front, pretend you're an expert, and then bully all your students. Right? They have no choice today, yes sir. So, that's enough about me. Let's talk about you. Want to know what's your favorite mentor? It might not be your strongest subject in ESM and why. What you want to learn / take away from MGT 1.0? What nasty rumors have you heard? And do you plan to get married or give birth? Good question, because I had a class where my student would say, sir, I cannot take the midterm exam because I will be getting married on this date. It was a master's student, but I have to make sure. And are you able to commit to attending the live sessions, which, as you can see, the schedule of those new videos, right? So let's begin with. Let's begin with Melissa Ines.
So hi there, I'm Melissa Joy Aguilera. So my favorite subject in BSM is probably Thursday cost data analytics. I enjoyed it because I also want to be a data analyst in the future. And then for my course expectation, I expect to learn a lot of strategies, basically. And then rumors, sir, I heard that you're very passionate about this course, so you may give low grades. But I'm not sure. For this course, I don't know, I just think it's so fine. And then I don't plan to get married or give birth.
Okay. Alright, so next person on my list is Kathleen Alvarado. Please tell me if I'm
Let's score another happy.
My favorite subject in the BSc program is Management 101. So it's the introduction to management. It's my favorite because it taught me the fundamentals in really in managing business. So I learned a lot in terms of managing or how to become a manager or an effective manager. And then what we want to learn or take away from management 190. So I want to learn how to handle or how to make a plan in my own business because I also wanted to
Do you have a business plan? Not yet.
not yet, but I want to start or establish my own. So and then rumors, sir. I think it's not sir, you organized now professors. And then, do you plan to get married or no? No, sir. And then I can attend live sessions.
Thank you. So next person on my list is Gemma and Altubar. Or Helen.
Gemma.
Gemma.
My favorite subject in the BSM program is actually the same with Aguilera, business analytics, customer service. And then the takeaway that I would want from MGT 190 is to be able to formulate strategies and implement plans and such. And then I haven't heard any nasty rumors about you. And then I don't have plan to get married either.
Okay. Next on my list is Jenny Ira or Mira.
Morning, sir. So, I'm Jenny Arabog. So, my favorite BSM course would be Enterprise Planning by Miss Ivy because we got to learn from MSME. So, in this course, I'm also expecting or I want to learn from the first-hand experiences by the people in the industry so that we get to learn their strategies.
Let me set expectations.
So, for rumors, sir, I only heard how great you are. So I don't have plans to get married or give birth.
Next on my list is Miguel and Diego.
My favorite subject in the BSM program is also business analytics. Why? Because I think it's the most stressful program for me, but
So you like to be stressed?
it was also the most fun I had in it. I learned so much in that program. So what do you want to learn, take away from MGT when I'm here? I think I want to learn like strategies and like what it really takes to be a CEO. What nasty rumors have you heard about the CEO? I don't think so. I've heard any nasty rumors, but I've heard good rumors since I've been under you in 199, so I know what you are as a professor. So do I plan to get married or give birth? I can attend the live.
Okay, thank you. Next on my list is Jenna and Patna. Next on my list then is Media May.
So my favorite subjects are in BSM program probably is the MGT 187 or operations management because it taught me how to solve real business problems and it taught me how to improve operational efficiency. So what do I expect or take away from management 190? Probably because it will teach me how to strategize efficiently and effectively. And what nasty rumors have I heard from this course? I heard, sir, that there are a lot of work activities, and I learned from my batchmates, sir, that this course it makes or break friend groups because of the competition around sa boxer and all. So do I plan to get married? Well, sir, and can I attend the live session? Yes.
All right, thank you. Next on my list is it Ray or Raiko Kelsey? Ray is not here.
Yes.
Okay. with that, that's Johanna, yes, yeah.
So, I am Joanna Dada, and my favorite subject in the SM program is the MGT 121, which is the Human Resources. So, that's my very favorite subject because of the principles of HR. It is really the principles of it is really can be applied in practical situations like motivation of people, leadership, and what we want to learn or take away from this course is I want to learn how companies create competitive advantage and learn how they sustain that competitive advantage. So what makes you more? I haven't heard yet about your course. Do you plan to get married or give birth?
Next on the list is Mary Angela Dito.
So my favorite subject in BSN program is 187. Alright, operations management, and we have learned there Kaizen, JITs, which centers more on productivity and efficiency. So it was an interesting subject. And then course expectations. I want to have more real life cases and discussions rather than and the application of theory on those situations. And also not fear rumors. I haven't heard any of fear rumors. And then I do not plan to get married or give birth and during the term, and I can cancel.
Okay, so to set expectations, we will be having cases which discuss real companies, and we will be researching it. Unfortunately, the implementation part is something that we cannot teach in. So hope you understand that's not the parts. You cannot do anything related to the actual implementation. Right? You can only come up with a strategy and that's it. Right. So next on my list is Hugh Sherman-Lay for food.
Just like the one for Shonda Silver in the BSN program, I guess it's management 150 or management accounting. It was really difficult. I enjoyed solving, so that's why I think that's my favorite subject, and I think I really studied a lot during that course. And then what do you want to learn or take away from management 190? I guess it's more on how we can strengthening how we can from the vision, how we can cascade that down, because usually from 191, that's where we back from. We forget the vision in integrating out from our strategies. And then what nasty rumors have you heard about from news management and course? I guess same with Miss Tagatan about the competition with the UK box, because I heard it from, I guess, you. And then you plan to get married now, and I can attend live session.
Anyway, next on my list is Victor Emmanuel.
Good morning, sir. What is my favorite course in the program? It will be management 181 or man's. I don't know. Answer 5 kahit wala ako na-stress. Math was used especially in management, so I think that is interesting. And what do you want to learn from 190? Of course, one thing I want to learn is how processes are streamlined, especially effective in strategize to minimize like what we learned, bottlenecks and everything.
We won't do that. Sorry. Streamlining processes is more rich than it is strategy.
But it's for relation of strategy.
Yeah, we don't actually do that streamlining thing. That's very specific. So.
And what rumors have you heard from your class? Just heard that it is fun. It's very romantic. That's fun. And do I plan to get married? No. Can you attend? Yes, I can attend that.
Thank you. So number 13 is bleeding. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it, but bleeding, clear,
No, it's like I'm liking like dark. And my favorite subject in BSM program is probably MGT 187 Operations Management because I found it very interesting. And for the what I want to learn in MGT 190, I want to learn how to strategize well. That would make it like effective when it comes to companies or the cases. And for the rumors here, I just heard that you're very organized, like what Kathleen said. And for if I plan to get married, never. And I guess I can attend the bunch.
Thank you. So next on my list, number 13 is Angel Flora's The Care of Clothing.
Yeah, for me, sir, my favorite subject in course in BSN MGT 191. Because in that course, we were able to like create our own business plan from scratch. And then, what do you want to learn or main takeaway from 190 is that after this course, we'll be able to know how to craft the strategic adjustments, especially if our plan or like initial plan or strategy is faced with uncertainty. Then, what is the worst you heard about the course is like what Ms. Fortuna and Ms. Tagata said, it can break friendships sometimes or like, yeah, last year it even reached the freedom wall. And then, do you plan to get married? No. And yes, again, that's the question.
Okay, so that was Ms. Kara. Next is Little Sun Plata.
My favorite subject is financial management. It gave us a glimpse of how works in the real world. And what I want to learn from MGT is the strategy to make or to become a successful CEO soon. And the same with what everyone I knew in the previous one said. The last year I shared was it broke friendships though. And then I do not plan to get married or give birth in the term, and I can attend the live session.
Thank you. Next on my list is Mary Ann Bibani.
So hi sir, I'm Arkanis from Limahan. So my favorite subject in BSN is MGT 181, I-188, Business Data Analytics, because that's where I learned to like to be a rapid manner. So it was stressful but fun at the same time. So I want to learn how to effectively strategize or plan even like the daily life planners. Then ang natulong is same sa Dagatan and Fortuna is from friendships and ganang daghan yung mag-try. Labi na akong friends sa senior na. And then I don't have any plans to get married yet in Canada.
Okay, thank you. That was Bibani. So next we have James Michael Carusa.
Morning, sir. My favorite subject in the BSN program used to be MGT 188, which is data analytics. Management 188 is my favorite subject, not because I found it easy or it was stress-free, but it was somewhat familiar to me since I somewhat gone through some of its topics, and for the most part, the subject was interesting. What do you want to learn, take away from MGT 180? I want to know how to properly strategize, how to properly integrate all the different business aspects to effectively meet the company goals. So I did not hear any nasty rumors about Professor Yu. I do not plan to get married, nor I do not have plans to give birth. I can afford the life sentence.
Thank you. So next is Shama May Sanduta.
Morning, sir. I'm John. So, my favorite subject in the BSM program is MGT 170 Introduction to Marketing. Mainly because it made me really appreciate the importance of marketing in the business. Before I thought the marketing is just like, selling and all that. But no, Dean really gave me a new perspective of how to apply marketing, not just in business, but also in real life. Also because Dana was a very interesting professor. And my expectations for, what do I want to learn or take away from MGT 190? Basically, I just want to learn the principles of how to plan strategically. And any nasty rumors I've heard, I haven't heard any, but based on their, what they said about what they said about what I love to may make or break friendships and sir. And I do not plan to get married, and yes, I can and attend that tonight.
Next on my list is Irene, Kyle.
I have my first strongest subject, which is MGT 101 is resilience, and it's the very foundation of everything that we've learned here in the BSM program. And my favorite subject would have to be, I think, operations management, MGT 187 by Professor Zuzo. Not because, it's the easiest, but I see myself working in that field, improving productivity and efficiency through optimization there. And what do I want to learn in this course is the interplay between all of the courses that we've learned throughout the years of studying. And the nasty rumors that I've heard is that, it can make or break friendships. But you can buy, I heard, the people. So,
I don't know what to do.
so
You cannot buy them free.
that's why, from others there, I heard some who has a lot of UP balls can sell their UP balls to others who doesn't have it. So that's that's the thing that can make your friendship. And I do not plan to get married nor give birth during the term, and I can attend the live session.
Thank you. Second to the last is Liza or Lisa Bernadette.
Good morning, sir. It's Liza, sir. First is my favorite subject in the BSF program would be, I think MGT 181 is the management sciences. I had fun identifying the nodes. The bottleneck. A little bit. What we want to learn and take away from MGT 190 is that to be able to formulate strategies that are attainable and achievable to achieve the goal that we set. And then the nasty rumor stayed with the previous one, and I had a friend who graduated last year said that it can really break or make friendship because of the new people. And I don't have any plans in getting married or anything. And then I can attend the live session.
So, final person on my list is IDE Rose.
My favorite course would be MGT 181, the management science, because I learned a lot from that course. I want to learn to be more organized and efficient, given the strategies we will be learning in the course. I haven't heard any nasty rumors yet, sir.
Yeah.
I really haven't. And I got plans to get married this term, and I can attend when I want.
All right, great. Okay, thank you for sharing. So let's do a bit of housekeeping. We're going to administer this course completely through UVEC. I'm still updating it. I'll inform you when it's kind of ready. That's the website, but don't worry about registering. I'll register. Right? I have all your email addresses. Online communications, though, will be done through Facebook. So please join the group over here. And then if you have any questions, you can, of course, send me an email to my UP mail. But please put the subject line MGT 190. So as far as social media policy is concerned, I have a presence on Facebook and LinkedIn, but I would prefer it if I'm no longer in a position of authority that I respond. So which means that the minimum is 6 months from now, right? Once you graduate. Okay? Now, group reports or are conducted through YouTube videos. In other words, I actually made a YouTube video site, and you're going to upload your video there. That's all. The video will be 20 minutes maximum. Okay. So you will be uploading the video. This here. MGT 190 video. And then these are examples.
Good day. We are breakers. Okay. We will help you after this integral situation.
Yeah, something like that. Right? And of course, in order to upload video to my you need to be edited. So that means that you need to give me your YouTube email so that I can give you permission. Now, synchronous classes are scheduled face-to-face. If you look at the calendar, that means those 2 eyes, those are the times that we will meet. However, this is by contingency in case we cannot meet on campus, then we will meet on Zoom. So the Zoom address is this one over here, divide.co/. In fact, if you join that, you will be seen there. That's brilliant. When will we meet on Zoom? We will meet on Zoom if all of you say we want to meet on Zoom, or do you know about NDRRMC? Like, have you received a very annoying, right? So if you receive that, orange or red for city, automatic. Okay, we're not gonna meet here because there might be issues coming here. And or face-to-face classes are cancelled by reasons other than holiday. So for example, they said, oh, there's a team meeting, we need to communicate about something like that, and we will meet here. Right. So we will proceed with one of the most important decisions you need to make, which is who are going to be in your group. So there are a total of 21 people in this group. I want to have 4 groups, which means that there's 1 group of 6 and there are 3 groups of 5. Now, I will let you know that to adjust for the number of group members, I will give a slight bonus if you have less people. That is a very slight bonus. So if you want to reserve your group, kindly write down the board, choose E, F, G, and H. Now your group, the name of your group, which I asked you to name, must start with that. Okay, so first come, first serve. 1, 2, 3, and please include the 2 people who are not here. All right, so can you also write your group? Group E, I need you to complete your roster. Also, group H, please complete your roster. So just to let you know, group activity is 70%. 70%. Individual is 30%. So you have better love your group.
Nag-break ang friendship.
So take note that you will need to put in the video on my channel saying, good day, we are Dirty Box.
Sir, not great friendship.
There's one more. Who's not there? There's one more thing. Okay, what's the name of B? Elephant? We are the team elephants. Amy and me, exclamation point. Okay, you are team Lotus. Make sure you don't regret it. Make videos saying we are the homeless. Alright, Amy.
One MGT.
Oh, that's Amy. Okay. I saw that as homeless. Emotional damage. Alright, let's determine the order of precipitation. Now, if you notice, okay, these are the presentation dates. Right? So, if next time there are 4 slots available, first to present on P1, and then second to present on P1. And then there's also the third slot, first to present on day 2, and second to present on day 2. Once you have that slot, that's going to be your slot. Okay? So we're going to determine by luck who gets which slot. So get the representative of emotional come here. So I have here dice. So I want you put it here, and then whatever number, for example, this one is 15, is going to be your number. So first, we're going to start with team emotion. Make sure you give it a good sheet. Okay? No, just keep it there. That would be 62. Emotional berries. This is 1, and then this is 60. So 61. We have dirty box. You'll see. Okay, what is this number? Yes. This is a percentile die, it goes from 1 to 100. Okay, what is this number? 32. So I'm going to give you some information. Would you agree that it's fair that if you are in slot 1, you don't know what to expect? And then if you are slot 4, you already know everything that is to expect. Would you agree that this is fair? Yes. So I tend to give, it's not major, but I tend to give bonuses to the people who are first. So, this one, slot one will get a bonus, and then slot two will also get a bonus, which is slightly smaller than one. And then slot three will get a slight bonus, much smaller than two because we already have like how many days, right? And then slot four will not have a bonus, right? Just to let you know, my system. So we're now going to determine which slot you want. I'm going to give priority to the one with the highest. So emotional. Do you want slot 1, 2, 3, or remember? Once you have it, it's for you. Slot 2. So you are slot 2. Paris. Slot 1. Okay? So now, for me, is 3. Which means the vertipops is so I'm going to take a picture. Issues with it. So this is going to be our weekly system. 20% in term, 10% time, leaving 70% for food. Finding stock, 8%, war, 12%, progress report 1, 10%, report 2, 15%, report 3, 15%, final written report, 10%. Okay? Which means that your group project, which you're going to study a company, is your grade. That's 10 plus 15 plus 15 plus 10. Group grades are modified by within group peer evaluations. What does that mean? When I grade you during a progress report, for example, I assign one grade for the entire. Okay? Then you do a peer evaluation. Then just multiply your peer evaluation with your group score to get your individual score. Progress report consists of 30% group evaluation, meaning the other groups will evaluate, that counts for 30%, and I will evaluate, which counts for 70%. Now, the other groups will be evaluating you based on 25% that 25% preparation, 25% professionalism, and 25% engagement, equally weighted. Whereas I will evaluate you based on 50% content, 20% preparation and your ability to answer questions, 15% professionalism, meaning confident you are, role play, 10%, and then production values, meaning how good your video looks like, how good is your sound, and whether your video looks viral, not viral, looks like a clickbait. You know what's a clickbait? How does the clickbait thumbnail look like? It's got people doing this, something text that captures attention. So I look at that, you make a good description, you put chapters in, something like that. That's all. Right? Any question here? Let's proceed. So peer evaluation rubrics also ask you to evaluate your group member based on their participation, dependability, collaboration, research, and you evaluate them whether they are poor, rich, good, or exact. Now, peer evaluation is qualitative and will demonstrate works. You are only allowed to give one person an exceptional rating. So, for example, participation, and then you have 4 group members. You will give only one person maximum exception. The rest you must either be poor, rich, or good. But you can also choose that we say everyone contributed equally, then everyone is good. So let me demonstrate. So let's say you have a group consisting of A, B, C, and D. So the person who is rating here is Andy. Andy gave Blair 8886. He gave Chris 10, 9, 10, 8, and he gave Dale 8, 8, 8, 10. So you get a sum of 30, 37, and 34. So I take the average and then I divide it by average to get the normalization of 89%, 110%, and 101%. So what I do is then I combine this with all the other evaluators and I end up with a multiplier, which is the average of the normalized average scores of 102% for Andy, 96% for Blair, 103% for Chris, and 99% for Dave. Now, if you sum it up, this will total 400%, which means that if you rated someone as exceptional, it is necessary that people will acknowledge them. It's a zero-sum thing. So you don't have to maximize the score here. This is simply used to either reward. If you think that everyone contributed equally, give them a team, give everyone a team. What happens? Everything is 100%. Right? So 100% means everyone has to. So let's talk about the group one. This is a strategic study of a publicly listed company. I recommend, I don't require, but I recommend that it be a US company. Why? Because it's easier to get information compared to a company. For example, if you pick BYD in China, can you read Mandarin? So that's probably going to be an issue for you, right? Or if you pick a French company, can you read French? So that's probably going to be an issue. Second, it must not be a market leader. Again, your company must not be the market leader. Why? Because what is the strategy for market leaders? What do you recommend? And continue doing what you're doing, right? Status quo. That's the recommendation, which is very important. So we are going to assume that the company has problems, therefore it cannot be the market leader, but you must have 2 competitors. One of them must be the market leader. Example, you want to study restaurants in the Philippines. Can you take Joy? No. Reason? Leader. Now, who else can you take? That is publicly listed. Because, if I ask you to, say, evaluate Grab Majestic, can you actually find any data? No. Right? You cannot, because there is no financial statement. So, can you pick Max Fried Chicken? Yes, it's publicly listed. who are the rivals? You must pick Jollibee. And then who's the other one? KFC is not publicly listed in the Philippines. Burger King is under Jollibee in the Philippines. McDonald's is not publicly listed in the Philippines. Domino's belongs to Jollibee in the Philippines. So it's not as easy as you think. Jollibee belongs to Jollibee. You don't have any choice, do you? Shakey's the only choice. Really, Shakey's. So that's how you say that, you know, I must approve it. So I require 3 progress presentations. You have internal analysis, external analysis, and recommendations. And then the final report should be given to me in the form of your PPT XP combined PowerPoint and Excel. Now take note, I want PowerPoint. Even if you use Canva, I want PowerPoint. Just take that. You must submit. What is business wars? Business wars is where we know we have 4 teams. So we have 2 teams who team up to gang up against the other teams. So essentially, you will be fighting a business war, but not with your fist, but with your mouth. You're going to debate. You're going to do a role play, meaning you are acting as the manager of this company, fighting a war against that. It's up to you guys to decide how you distribute your work. Details and target companies shall be finalized later. This is actually based on a podcast called Business Book. So I'm considering the following weekend. Haagen-Dazs versus Ben & Jerry, Hasbro versus Food Panda versus Grab. The problem with the third one is that there's no episode on Grab Food versus Food Panda. But there are episodes on the first one, which means you don't have to do as much research because they're what are the requirements? This is a debate format, meaning one person will talk, and there's a rebuttal, and then the other person will talk, there's a rebuttal, and there's another, another person who will talk, and rebuttal, another one, another rebuttal, close the game. So obviously the referee, which is your teacher, is going to play one role. Now that role in the part of Haagen-Dazs likely going to be a part. So they're going to try their best to seduce, to trap, to tell them, why should partner work with your company, right? In the case of Haagen-Dazs. Meaning you will be given a scenario where the 2 of you have to go face-to-face, head-to-head debate. And then, of course, there can only be one winner. As for the group project, here is the minimum requirements that you need to have a short history covering all parts significant to understanding the firm and its mission. You should critique its mission, vision, and values if it has any. If it does not have any, you should say so. No vision, values. And then you should identify who are the key personnel, especially if the company relies on superstars. This is important for companies such as Tesla. Right? Who's their superstar? Elon Musk, right? And then you should also explain the value and profit proposition by completing a business model canvas. I trust this is not new to you. You know what it is. I believe Bob Chavez has introduced you to business model canvas. Final mistake. And then we should also do a brief environmental survey, test analysis, and enumerate, not explain, just enumerate who are the major, just identify. Finally, this will be analyzed in terms of financial analysis, of course, what are the industry-specific ratios, tell a story based on the ratios you see. So all types of ratios are okay, like horizontal ratio, vertical ratio, and SWOT analysis. Conduct a value chain analysis. So here's where you apply your operations. I'm sure you're aware of the value chain analysis, right? The Porter's value chain, where you have primary activity and support activity. So I expect to see an activity system / activity map, as well as you will trace the value chain from the ultimate supplier to the ultimate customer, since this will help you in part 2. Also, talk about the company's current strategy and support it by linking to activities and discuss its resources and capabilities. What are its strengths and weaknesses? Draw from all of the management subjects that they have taken, such as accounting, finance, operations, human resources, information systems, and innovation in order to identify the company's strengths and its weaknesses. Which of these strengths are distinctive competencies and pass the BRIN or BRIO? Again, BRIN or BRIO should not be new to you, right? You must have taken that into consideration. Also, what do you see as key weaknesses? What is the company doing wrong? Don't forget, you are consultants trying to find something. Now, external analysis is essentially the internal, except that you are doing the analysis on the two rivals. So meaning financial, value chain, strategy, resources, and belief. You will also conduct 5 courses analysis at minimum and a more complete test analysis. In the third progress report, also I expect strategic group maps as well as future key assessment to be identified. Finally, recap the external analysis as well as the internal analysis, and then use the SWOT analysis to synthesize your weaknesses, strengths with opportunities and threats. Combine that with the competitive strength assessment to propose alternative courses of action and make a recommendation, support it with an implementation plan and a balance. Minimum report for each of the progress reports. Looks heavy, right? You divide it, hopefully it becomes more manageable. Now, this is the general flow of the analysis. First, you need to analyze your mission, vision, and your values, as well as do external analysis using 5 courses and methods. If you think that it is relevant, then you can also use the Porter diagnostic model, but I think you're not familiar with that. And this will be used to identify your success factors, your threats, and your opportunities. Similarly, you're expected to do internal analysis by looking at the business model canvas, financial analysis, and your value chain analysis. The output of this is going to be your strengths and your weaknesses. Your key success factors can synergize with your mission, vision, and values in order to create the balanced score. While you will create your SWOT analysis based on a synthesis of internal and external analysis. Combine your SWOT and your key success factors in order to create your competitive strength assessment, which is going to be used to propose alternative courses of action as evaluated on the balanced scorecard, and then based on that, make a proposed presentation. This is the general flow of your SWOT analysis. Presentation mechanics is all presentations pre-recorded, single 20 minutes each, and then upload the video 24 hours before. The defense is going to be on the scheduled time, so you know what to expect. And videos of the viewing stats may influence both. This is good for 8%. It's finding stuff on the internet. This is your group assignment for next week. We will meet next week, Thursday, right, based on the schedule, on January 30. Prepare a short presentation, good for 5 to 10 minutes, but we will do low tech. Okay? We will do low tech by not using PowerPoint at all, we'll use Cartolina, Manila paper, or whatever visual aids, physical aids that you're going to use. Okay? Share your tips and tricks to finding useful things on the internet and relevant tools for the management. Take note, I'm not looking for ways to look for things like how to search in Google, because I expect that you are Gen Z, you are better at it than I am. The concern here is to find, not to look, but to find things that are useful for MGT. One stipulation is that your tip and trick must be free, should not involve monetary payment. Whoever across 3 sections impresses me the most with this. So, any questions? So I want to ask you, did you notice puzzle piece? If you put it together in a container instruction, you do that instruction, you will get 3. So, you don't do that instruction, then I will show you the puzzle pieces combined, and then the first one to perform it will get. Okay? Are you sure? There's no clue. If you just perform what's being asked, then you'll get it. You have 30 seconds. Okay. So I'm just now going to flash to you the complete puzzle piece. The first one to comply with the instruction will win gold. You ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Outdoor accelerated.
I have a question. I have a question for all of you. Do you mind? Because I have scheduled a strategy, but do you mind extending by 15 minutes? to do this activity. Do you mind? Or do you have other? Is it okay? It should be unanimous. Okay, so ignore the instructions about forming into groups because you already have formed. Do this. Each group will be facing against a rival. So we have all Team E here, Team E, Team F, Team G, Team H. Team F, Team O. So Team E, Team F, Team G, and Team H. So these are the scoring mechanics. I'm going to tell you to raise your boards, and when I say go, you must raise the board. The colors, right? You have blue and gold. So here's the scoring mechanic. If both of you score blue, if both of you raise blue, both of you get that point. If one of you do the blue and the other one has the gold, the blue will get minus 20. Right? And then if both of you raise the gold, then you will get minus 20 each. Do you understand this game?
Yes.
So this group E will go against this group G. Okay? E and G, F and H. Okay? Can we separate the group a bit more? So we will do one sample round. When you raise it, it must point to me, okay? You raise it, I must see it. The color I see, right, is going to be the color you chose. So in other words, if you raise it like this, you're looking at blue, but I'm looking at gold. So that means you're raising the gold. Right? This means I'm raising the gold, this means I'm raising the blue. Okay? So we're going to do a sample round. We're going to do not 1 minute, let's do 30 seconds between each round for you, for the group to decide on your strategy. After that, after round 7, we will have negotiations with one representative from each group going to the center and then talking in return. After round 14, there's another negotiation. The team with the highest score gets money fee buffer. Are you ready to win all you can?
Can we look at the rules again?
Okay. Sample round. This does not count. Okay. Sample round. On 3, you should raise it. Okay? Once again, E versus G, F versus H. Alright? 1, 2, 3, raise. So all of you raise blue, which means all of you will get 10. Do you understand the rules? Okay. Now we have round 1. Round 1. 3, 2, 1. Okay. So blue, blue, and then blue and go. Okay? I'll give you 30 seconds to discuss yourself in the loop. Sorry, I'm trying to fix my spreadsheet. Okay, I still need to fix my formula, but let's do number 2. In 3, 2, 1, fix. Okay, so we have you to go, then we have to go. Talk about. That's the story. And learn this. Okay, let's do round three. 3, 2, 1. Okay. 30 seconds to pick it up. I don't think you're going to discuss anything, right? So let's do round 4. 3, 2, 1. Up. Really? Okay. 30 seconds. Okay, I think fixed it already. So now let's do round 5. 3, 2, 1. All right. 30 seconds. Okay, round 6. 3, 1. Breaks. I do not understand your strategy.
We don't have a
We have our final round before you negotiate. In 3, 2, 1. Breaks. I really don't understand your strategy. Okay, so these are the point values. Round 7, one representative from each group go to the center and negotiate for 2 minutes. One representative each. So there was no negotiation between team F and H. How about team E and G? Send one person to the Okay, negotiations are over. We'll start from here. Give me a bit of time to discuss it. Okay, looks like you're done. So 3, 2, 1. Okay, now let's do round 9. 3, 2, 1. Up. Okay. Let's do a count 10. 3, 2, 1. Rinse. Okay, hold on. Guys, go. So now we have round 11 on 3, 2, 1, up. Okay. In round 12, we have 3, 2, 1, up. So now, round 13. 3, 2, 1, up. Okay, round 14. 3, 2, 1, up. Go blue, go blue. One more round of negotiation before round. Senate representative. Do you want to negotiate with the team? No need for negotiation. Okay. Oh, you don't want to negotiate? Fine. Let's do round 15. On 3, 2, 1, up. Gold, blue, gold, blue.
Well, ganyan pala.
Amy, you got the highest score. You have the highest score of negative 20.
Wait, the first one didn't. Try it.
And then Team G, you also got the highest score. So the game you just played is a very fun game in economics called Prisoner's Dilemma. It is a very interesting game. Both parties are better off if they don't confess, meaning blue. But we have an incentive to confess both. As a result, you tend to confess. Both of you are responsible, and this is no thing. Zero-sum game because I think you. But my question to you is, what's this game is? It's not. Right? If you cooperate that one block, you will have plus score. And what will the system? The rules say that the group with the highest. Did I say only one group? I didn't. So it is important for you to play a game. After you play a game, you look at any kind of situation. You need to consider, is this a zero-sum game or can I afford? And this is the kind of attitude that I hope you will bring with you. We're talking about you as well as all of your thinking. The previous party had a bad experience for the girlfriend because they probably give it up a competitive years. So I hope you can you kind of get that time to hear. Right? Remember, when you're playing a game or when you're in a strategic situation, ask yourself, is this zero sum or not zero? And of course, your strategy changes. But let me be honest, I do not understand your strategy. Like, I do not understand. I understand the box tapping, yes. I understand box tapping, and I understand the punish.
Yeah.
Right? But then I understand you're trying to reconcile here. And then apology accepted. And then you have back up again. I don't understand it. And then when he got back up again, he did blue. I don't understand this. And I understand this. You decided to cooperate. And then boom, back. And apparently you apologize. And then he back it up. I don't understand. It can be the way the strategy works, right? There usually people do what you call tit for tat, meaning if I stab you in the back, next game I will stab you in the back, and then the next game maybe I'll forgive you. I don't know. Usually there's a type of strategy in these games that use AI. So that's all we have for today. I'll meet you next week.